Hello and welcome back to Movie Flakes. Without wasting much of your time, we shall discuss on twists, theories and explanation on Aegon to Night King and the possibility of why people the Night King might be Daemon. Daemon is not the Night King, despite the possibility that some people could think so given that his body was never discovered at the conclusion of his story in the novel, and that he might desire his own crown, which he never got the chance to wear. House of the Dragon has already changed and added unknowable information to the Game of Thrones canon in its early episodes, changing the Night King's narrative among other things. Despite being set roughly 300 years before the events of Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon has been doing an excellent job as a prequel, laying a foundation and having a significant impact on some of the events and history of the original series. The Night King is surrounded by a number of significant riddles, including who he actually is and why he was so driven to assassinate Bran Stark, one of the Night King's mysteries. In the end, Bran Stark was the three-eyed raven, a being with all knowledge and some form of all sight who possessed the memory of all of Westeros. Killing him would completely wipe out their knowledge, which would not only eliminate all of their history but also any future hope. In any case, this is how Game of Thrones framed the riddle. With House of the Dragon's initial few episodes, this has been reframed in the first several House of the Dragon episodes. Before Bran entered the scene, it was believed that the three-eyed raven was Brynden Rivers, Aegon Targaryen IV's bastard son. This notion gains plausibility because the three-eyed crow character from the book was also rumored to be a lord by the name of Brynden. Bloodraven was the moniker given to Brynden, who later joined the Night's Watch and rose to the position of Lord Commander before eventually vanishing beyond the Wall. Prehistoric Prophecies. At the beginning of the House of the Dragon series, King Viserys Targaryen was explaining to Princess Rhaenyra a prophecy that had been revealed through one of their ancestors' dreams. A dream that Aegon the Conqueror had revealed a prophecy that altered a portion of the tale of the Night King, one of the greatest kings of the Targaryen Empire. A Song of Ice and Fire predicted that a severe winter will bring about the demise of the human race. Neither the source material for Game of Thrones nor the writings of George R.R. Martin contained the solution to this enigma. The enigma surrounding the Night King has received the most attention. The Night King and his army were the focus of Game of Thrones Season 8, which asserted that only a Targaryen could sit on the Iron Throne and quell the evil of the Night King and the White Walkers. More particularly, the conflict they engaged in with the army of the living in the north, which was composed of everyone who would join, the remnants of Winterfell, the free folk from the north, and a few dragons, led by Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen. In a sense, Aegon's prophecy was fulfilled in the end. It is obvious that this prophecy carries more weight than they initially believed because not only were the Night King's enemies Targaryens, but the original three-eyed raven also had Targaryen ancestry, the person who saw history and perhaps placed puzzle pieces where they would have been needed. The Targaryens were once at least the fire that was the remedy for the scourge of cold because the initial all-knowing deity was a Targaryen. That would be a shocking storyline turn. Fans of House of the Dragons have already proposed a ridiculous notion 2 episodes in. What if the Night King, the main antagonist of Game of Thrones, is actually Damon Targaryen? Even if it might appear a little bit far-fetched, such a possibility exists. After all, book spoiler alert, we never learned the identity of the guy who was transformed into the Night King. After fighting Aemond and Vihagar to the death, Daemon's body was never found, according to Fire and Blood. It is not the only item suggesting that Daemon might be the Night King. The Night King's attire is comparable to that of Daemon. The shoulders and the collar, the textures are comparable. Additionally, the Night King rode the dragon with confidence. I concur, and my first reaction was that Daemon is the Night King. After all, the two definitely resemble one another. They both have blonde hair and a similar demeanor, which further reinforces fans' convictions. Matt Smith, who plays Daemon in the prequel series, was not the guy who was transformed into the Night King in the Game of Thrones episode. Fans counter that since we never learn the man's name, the prequel is free to alter that. In Game of Thrones, the Night King himself was portrayed by 2 separate actors, not just one. The Night King was first portrayed by British-American actor Richard Brake in seasons 4 and 5, and then by Slovakian actor and stuntman Vladimir Furtik in seasons 6 through 8. Even while the showrunners have undoubtedly avoided commenting on the notion that Daemon Targaryen is the Night King, House of the Dragon might choose for such a retcon. However, it is important to note that George R.R. Martin is actively involved in the development of House of the Dragon, so any potential retcon would truly fall on the shoulders of the author of A Song of Ice and Fire himself. 8 more episodes will either confirm or refute that. New episodes of House of the Dragon are presently available to view on HBO Max. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more video.